building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Hurts to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense for the Commanders is much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Throwing is Hurts. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts. Understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 27. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd down, Howell now. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jonathan Allen, the former 1st-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their 2nd drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. So the play fake, and now here's how to throw it. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll go play action. Howell. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Howell from the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Howell looking to throw again. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Hurts. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board. Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one to the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Second and 10. Faking the handoff. Howell winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And the Commanders are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Gibson is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Howell out of the shotgun. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On second and 9, Hurts. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
They'll set up to throw. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now throwing on first down here. And that'll be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off play action. It's Howell. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Howell. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They'll run with Gibson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run with Gibson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. Well, fake the give to Sanders, now Hurts. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now try to pick it up on 3rd. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Hell. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Dancing to his left. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. They'll throw now on the final play. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Gibson here running out of the gun. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now they go play action with Howell. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
A loss of 7. It's 4th down.
Fourth down, Howell. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, Charles, I guess the only thing I can think there is they've got a 3-score lead, and they're saying, well, we're not going to lose this, so let's have some fun. I don't know why you go for it.
I think that's as good an explanation as any, and we all know that certain coaches are more aggressive than others. That call to me, the fantasy people loved it, right? Anybody who's going to touch the ball, gain yards, maybe put more points on the board, they're happy that they kept it and did that. So very interesting deal there, but I'm with you on that one. Maybe he just says, what the heck, we can't lose. Let's go ahead and keep trying to win or add to our lead.
Now on 2nd and 13. Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Yeah, he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Throwing is Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On first down, Howell. And he will find his man, Samuel. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. On first and 10, it's Gibson. On the move past the 40. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Howell's throw complete to Dotson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On second down, a run with Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. Forced out to his left. Able to connect with Dotson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Howell. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Howell. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Another throw for Howell. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They do get a yard there, but only a leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Howell. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So here we go, 4th down, Howell. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful to get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, in the 4th quarter here, you've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL.
Hurts fumbles it, and it's Washington that scoops it up. Allen hit. He lost the football. Goodness, nobody wanting to hold on to that football. 2 fumbles, 1 by each team on the same play. Not something you see every week.
No, not at all. And you and I both know how important possessions are nowadays in the NFL because there's not much difference between teams. So when you get a chance for a takeaway, you've got to hold on to the football yourself. Don't give it right back to him.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This offense on third down today, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins from 19 yards away. And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is down to 28-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
On 2nd and 10, Powell. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. To me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Hurts. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th. They go play action with Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. From the 30 on second down, Hurts. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the slot man goes in motion left. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Steps away to his left. It's complete to Brown, right side. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately,
and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over here up near the 40. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
To try again after the sack. Hurts. He's going to let it fly. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the run break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So it's Washington getting the victory here. Well, Charles, when you